This is the website that we prepared with Herman. This one, redesigning experiences for the future.wordpress.com. This one. So you go here. Let me show you. Sorry, because my internet is so slow. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay, thank you. Okay. So you go to this website, redesigning experiences for the future.wordpress.com, and you check what we mentioned about the grading of the class. We have changed this with Herman, and we were talking yesterday, and there are 3 assignments. Now it's only 2 assignments, and very simple ones. So one is you are going to make in 2 groups. I hope that you have decided what groups are you going to work with. One infographics about the COVID in the Caribbean. So this is very similar what you were doing with Herman in the last lecture. And these 2, you don't have to do it. So now you just choose one, Collab or Quantopian. You don't have to do both. You just choose one of the 2, and you do these infographics in Collab or Quantopian. And also, we were talking in one exercise in one of my lectures with me about the population of the districts in Suriname. So only these 2, like these 2 assignments. The assignment with the infographics about the COVID in the Caribbean. So you are going to compare the situation in Suriname with the other 2 countries you want to compare. It doesn't have to be in the Caribbean. If you want to compare with the Netherlands, that's fine. You want to compare with Colombia, that's fine. You just choose 3 countries. One of these countries have to be Suriname, of course. So you choose another 2 countries and you compare in very similar what you did with Herman last class. So we are going to repeat some of the parts of the lecture of Herman last class, because you have to produce this first assignment. And the second one is any plot you want to do with the information of the districts of Suriname, the population. So if you go here to Google and you put districts of Suriname population, you can choose any plot that you want in order to plot this data. It's a very small data, this one. So you list one of these variables of every district, or you have the area in percentage of Suriname, or the population, or the percentage of population, or you have also population density, how many inhabitants per square kilometer. So you can choose any of these, and you can make any plot you want for this. My suggestion, you go to Matplotlib, that's the library we are using, Matplotlib. You put Matplotlib here. I don't know if Julian is recording. Julian, are you recording the class?
I do see that someone is recording.
Yes, I am.
Yes, I see someone is recording. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Okay, you go to Matplotlib. So the first assignment is this data. You just go to Wikipedia, districts of Suriname population. The first one, districts of Suriname Wikipedia. You can type the data, or you can put it in an Excel file and then save it like a CSV extension, and you know how to open this or you know how to open this in Collab. You don't have to do both. You just choose one, the one that you prefer. For example, for this class, okay, everybody is going to work in Google Colab. We are all going to work in Google Colab today, okay? So for the first assignment, you just do this. In the presentation that I just shared with you in the chat, if you go to the slide, I think is slide, oh, sorry, no, I cannot find it. Maybe I move it for the last one. Oh yes, this one is slide 138. There is an example of, I don't know, there are 10 districts in Suriname. Yes, 10 districts in Suriname. And here we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is an example of a plot that you can make with this information. But maybe you change some bits of this. For example, this one is Nikeri, 34,000. So I think, this is this information about population, Nikeri, 34,000. So you can change the same code, just change it for something like area or percentage of area or percentage of population or population density. You just change this information, that's all. And you can plot a bar, a plot. Maybe you can put a third one, because you are working in groups. You have to decide what changes are you going to make to this code here, okay? So you change the data, the information, the numbers, but you also can change the plots. Anything you want to do, okay? Only with this information. This is the first assignment. Very simple. And the second one, we are going to work with this one today. So the second assignment is about COVID-19, okay? So in order to do that today, we are going to open Google Colab. We are going to open a new notebook. Remember, when you go to Google Colab, you have to go here to File, New Notebook. And then when you are here, we can start. I'm going to wait for you, okay? So you go to Google Colab, you just go Google Colab. Here, Google Colab. I think you already have registered, so, and then here you open a file and you say new notebook. Okay. And then when you are here with the cells, then we can start the class for today. We are going to make the second assignment, okay? The first assignment, districts of Suriname, okay? This is the first assignment. The second assignment is about COVID-19. And you remember with Herman, you were downloading some data for the whole world about COVID-19 deaths and cases and recovers and all, lots of information about COVID-19. You were working with Herman last lecture. So today we are going to work also with this data set. And maybe we have time, we can do other analysis with other data sets. But because the assignment is about this, and it's only one assignment, remember before, these were the 3 assignments before. This is what appears in the website. Forget about this. You don't have to do 3 assignments. No, not anymore. I don't know exactly how many points have each assignment, but suppose it's 50 and 50. That's 100 points. I'm going to discuss that with Herman, and then I will let you know. Because Herman is not here. No, I don't think so. Yeah. Let me see. No, Herman is not here. Okay. But I think it's 50 and 50. The graph of the population of the districts of Suriname, this is one. And the other one is about an infographic or any graph you want to make about COVID-19. So the idea is that you are going to plot data for Suriname and also any other 2 countries you want to plot, you are interested in. It doesn't have to be in the Caribbean. It says here in the Caribbean, but well, if it's in the Caribbean, that's fine. If it's not in the Caribbean, for example, you want to compare with the Netherlands or with the United States or with Brazil, because Brazil is your neighbor country and the situation there is quite bad at the moment. So perhaps you want to compare with Brazil. So that's what we are going to do today, okay? My suggestion for the districts of Suriname for this plot, you can follow what we were doing here in this slide. These slides, I have shared with you these slides in the chat right now. So you go to the chat I put this file 38, 138. Then you just can change this plot, just the numbers, maybe to add some plots, or you can change some of the plots. You can play with this code, and then you can produce a new graph about this data that you have here in Wikipedia about districts of Suriname. This is the first assignment, okay? The second assignment, we are going to make it in a minute. You have to open Google Colab to make it today, okay? So we are going to work in Google Colab today. Also, you want to check different plots that you can make in Python, that is the code that we are using now. You can go to this website that is called Matplotlib. This is the library we are using now, Matplotlib. So you put Matplotlib in Google, and if you go to Matplotlib, then there are some examples here. You go to examples, and for the data with the population of any of the two, with the data of the districts of Suriname or with the COVID-19 data, you can choose any of these graphs that you have here, and you can play with these ones. You are working in groups, so you are not working alone. Remember, in Google Colab, you can share the code, and others can edit this code. You just go here, you write some code here, and then you say, then share. Then you go here to share, and then you share with the people in your group the code, so they can add more plots, or they can change the colors, or they can do changes to the original graph. And then, in order to grade this course, only two graphs: the graph of the district of Suriname and the graph with this data that Germán was working with you last class. That is this data that is in our worldindata.org, that is updated every day. That's why we have to download it today again. So you just go here to CSV, and then you download the data. But before all of that, I need all of you to be here in Google Colab. Is everybody here in the Google Colab?
Yes, Professor.
Okay, Merlin. And the others?
Yes, Professor.
Okay, thank you, Per. We can wait for the others. But it's important that everybody's here, because today is the last class. So now, in the future, it's you alone doing these graphs. So that's why it's very important that everybody's here today, because today is the last class. The last chance to make things here for the assignment. This one, as I say, is very easy, because you just go to this slide here, and you change things here, and it's very simple. You just change the numbers, you just change the plots, or you can use these examples here. For example, if you want to use any of these graphs, remember, for example, we were trying the other day to make this chart, this pie. I think we did it. Maybe it's not in the slides, but we did it the last time. So you just go here, and then you can copy and paste this in Quantopian or in Google Colab, this code here inside. You can change it. And instead of doing frogs, hogs, dogs, logs, you put the 10 districts of Suriname. You put a vector of dimension 10, because there are 10 districts of Suriname with the data. And also this explode with dimension 10. And then you just plot this. And that's all. Okay. So you can, for
Professor,
example,
we did that already, right?
Yes, we did this already, but one of the assignments is that you have to report this plot again.
Oh.
You have to plot again. Can be this one, or could be this one, for example, was, you can change it, but I think the easiest way to do it is, and you don't have to do it in individual. You can make it in groups.
Okay.
Remember?
Yes.
4 people in
Yes.
you can work this with your group. Okay.
How many people in one
I
group?
think there are 8 people here, Julian. Julian, there are 8 students.
Yes, there are.
Group.
I think there are 8 students in the course. So I think one group is 4 people and the other group is 4. Reading and visualizing. He say here, download the COVID-19 data file from, so you can go to this website, because we are going to download with separated with commas or semicolons. And if you press here, then you are going to get the data. Press
Professor,
and then
can you please repeat, because my Google wasn't how do you say,
what do you want me
responding.
to repeat? The assignments? Okay. You know the website of the course. The website of the course is Design and Experience. Design and Experience. Redesigning, sorry. Redesigning experiences for the future.wordpress.com. This is the website, okay? In the website, again,
Professor, can you please put the website in the chat so I can copy paste it?
Ah, okay, yes, of course, yes. That's a good idea. So this is the website, okay? It's in the chat now. Okay, if you go to this website and if you read the first page of this website, here, very down, it says grading. And it looks like you have to prepare 3 assignments. You don't have to prepare 3 assignments. You only have to prepare 2 assignments, okay? You don't have to work in Collab. You don't have to work in Quantopian. You have to choose one, just one. You choose Collab or you choose Quantopian. You don't have to do both. Of course, in the lectures, you were learning how to work in both of them, but you don't have to do both, just one. So the first decision you have to take with your group, are we going to work in Collab or are we going to work in Quantopian? You can decide. Then you are going to produce just 2 infographics, 2 graphs. The first one is about the districts of Suriname. So you put in Google, districts of Suriname population, and then you get these districts of Suriname Wikipedia. And the idea is that you are going to work with this data. It's not an Excel file. You have to write, for example, here, you have to write data by data. That's why it's different than the other one, because this one you have to write the data here, and then you produce the plot, okay? Or this is if you want to make a bar and a plot, bar plot. But if you want to make the chart, the pie chart, this one, then you have to go to the Matplotlib website. So you put in Google Matplotlib, and then you have many examples of graphs that you can produce with the data of the districts of Suriname. For example, you want to do this one. We didn't do this one in the lectures, but if you want to try it, you can try it. So you just copy and paste this in Quantopian, or you just copy and paste this in Google Colab. The only thing that you have to change is the data. You have to change the data, okay? Probably, I recommend, if you are going to use, for example, this one, you delete this standard deviation. You don't need these 2. You just are going to work with the first vector, second vector, third vector, and this one, you don't work with this because we know how to use this. And then you keep the same code below, okay? You can experiment and you can try with the districts of Suriname, any of these plots as an example here. I suggest you use, there are so many options. I suggest you use something like a bar chart, or maybe you use this one. We tried this one the other class, in a class with me before. We tried this one. We tried bar, dots, and lines. So you just copy and paste the code by the name of the districts of Suriname. You just replace this, okay? It's very simple. This is the first assignment. It's very simple. If you have problems, if you have questions, you can contact Herman or you can contact me. You have our email addresses, I think. Let me check. Yes, here. This is my email address here. And this is Herman's email address here. So you can contact us and you can ask us questions. If you want to make something in the graphs that you cannot make, you can contact us and we can help you, okay? I'm not sure the deadline for this, I don't know. I'm going to discuss with Herman because I forgot to ask him about the deadline, but I think maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, I think is enough for the 2 assignments, okay? Once we have decided with Herman about the deadline, I will let to know Julian, and then Julian can let you know. You couldn't follow because your Google wasn't responding. Oh, sorry. I don't know, Chair. Okay, so this is the first assignment. Okay. Also, the presentations are in a slide share. Oh, I close it. Okay. Redesigning experiences for the future. Okay. If you go here to the last class, this one, reading and visualizing data with Python in Quantopian. If you go here, then you have the data that we are going to work today. There is also the code that you were working with Herman last time in the last lecture. He put the code, the Python code is here. So you can just replace things in this code and make your new graphs about COVID. Remember, you have to include Suriname, but you also are going to include other 2 countries, any countries you want, in order to compare the situation in Suriname with other countries in the world. Any country you want, but you have to take this decision in your group, okay? And this is the presentation for today. Also, you want to download the presentation for today, and you press here, then you go to slide share, and in the slide share, you can have the slides. There are so many slides. I think probably we are going to work today with very few here at the end, with maybe slide 120, something like that. There are 143 slides, and we are going to work just with the last one, with the last 20 slides, okay? So first thing we are going to do today is, in the chat, I put the link of the website of the class, but also I'm going to put the link for the data that we are going to work today, okay? Anyway, it's in the website. In the website, you can find this link. And then we have to download this again. I know it's quite annoying because this is updated every day. So in order to have the information about the last week of infected people in every country, we need to download this .csv file that is here. And it has the data of COVID-19 in the world, okay? So, for example, I downloaded and it appears here below. So now I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it in any file. I don't know. I'm going to save it in a file that I'm going to remember.
What just download it?
It's in the chat. It says our word in data.org, that data. You press that link in the chat here in Zoom. Then you go to this website. Let me show you. You go to this website, and then you go here inside. It says coronavirus source data, sorry. And then all our data can be downloaded, and then you go here to CSV, and you press here CSV. This is an Excel file separated by commas. You go here, then the data is going to appear here below your screen, and then you can save it. Well, you can open it, okay. And if you open it, I have like 3. I'm going to close some of these. I don't need this. Okay, let me check now. Yes, and then, sorry. I'm going to do it again. Then you are going to save it in any file. You are going to remember the path of this file, because it's very important to remember this path of this file that you are going to remember in order to use it now in Google Colab, okay? So other thing that you must be doing now is you are going to open Google Colab. When you open Google Colab, then if you have registered, then you have this window like this. And if you go to File, it says New Notebook. And then when you press New Notebook, then you get a window like this. Okay, it's coming, sorry, like this. Okay, is everybody here in the Google Colab? I know Merlien is here, but I don't know the others.
Yes,
Is everybody
Professor.
here?
Yes.
Per also, okay. Okay, so what we are doing now is we are going to work with the code that is in the presentation that I just shared with you, okay? We are going to work with the slide 139, okay? So we have already done this data here, this link here. Now, you can copy and paste. Please tell me you can copy and paste because you have the PDF file. Maybe you can copy blocks, complete blocks of this, for example, something like this. Before that, we need to put the file, the Excel file here in Google Colab. So you need to go here to Files. You need to go here to Files. You press this folder here in the left. It says Files. And then you get these 2 files, 2 points and sample data, 2 points and sample data. Because we are working in internet, we need to download the data here in this virtual machine. This is like a virtual machine. So we need to download the data here. So you go here and you press over sample data, and then you say upload. That's why I told you, you have to remember where did you put the data. Because then, for example, I have my data here, all with COVID data. So I'm going to press here and I'm going to say open. This is open. Open. Okay. And I can start to work with this COVID data once appears here in the left. For example, here nothing has happened, so I have to wait. It's downloading here. And now, look, it's here, COVID data. And then when this data is here in the left, then I can start to work with this data in these cells.
So you're a
Okay?
little bit too fast. So I cannot follow because my computer is a little bit, not my computer, my internet is a little bit slow. And
Okay.
you're wait.
Where are you now? Have you downloaded the data or no? Not yet. Have you downloaded the data?
Yes,
Or
I have already downloaded the data.
Oh, you have downloaded the data. Okay. So now you need to go to Google Colab. Okay. So you put in Google Colab. I'm sorry, cancel. I want to go back. Okay. Yes. You put here Google Colab in Google Colab.
Yes, I am already there.
And then How's my internet? That is very slow. Google Colab, and then you go to Google Colab. You cancel this because you're not going to work here, and then you go File, New Notebook. File, New Notebook, and when you press New Notebook, you are something like this. You have a. This is the appearance of a notebook in Google Colab. Okay. Once you are here, then you need to go here to this folder here in the left, Files. You have to press Files.
Yes.
And once you are here, you go to sample data, you stand up here in sample data and you say upload. When you press upload, you have to search for your COVID data. I don't know where did you put it. That's why I told you, you have to remember where you put this file, okay? So you say open, and when you open this file, then this data is going to appear here in the left. So I'm going to wait until everybody have this data here in the left. Is everybody with this data here in the left?
I have it already.
Okay, thank you, Per.
Yeah, I have
Yes,
to.
I have it already.
Marlene and Steven also, okay. Yeah, and Steve also, okay, thank you. Okay, and then we can wait for the others to put this data here in the left, but what we are going to do is we are going to work with this slide 139 and check if you can just copy and paste. So we don't have to type all these commands. I don't think you can do it, okay. So I think probably what you have to do is copy and paste just one line. Let me check in one line because the block didn't work. Let me check with one line. Neither, okay. Okay, so I'm going to split up this into windows so you can check the presentation and you can also check Google Colab. I'm going to close this because I already know that my data is here in the left. So in order to work, I can start to work here. So what we are going to do is we are going to write these things, okay. One easy way, if you want to copy and paste also, another possibility is if you open the website, is another one, redesigning experiences, blah, blah, blah. Herman left for us this here in reading and visualizing data. He left here the code. So we can just copy and paste his code. So this is going to take us to a YouTube website. And if you go to YouTube, he has here the commands. So you just need to copy and paste this in Google Colab. I think maybe we can copy here. Yes, now we can copy blocks. So I'm going to split up, sorry. Let me show you. This is Google Colab. So I'm going to split this window here. And also I'm going to use this one that Herman made for us last time. And if we put this together, I'm going to put this one here in the right. And the other one is this one in the left. Oh, but then, okay. But then I need to know what I'm going to do. So let me put also this one here. Okay. So from Herman's website, did you get this website,
Yes.
Herman? Okay, you are here in YouTube, okay? Okay, so you just copy this, so you are going to import this. So what was this doing now? In Python, we need two libraries in order to plot data. One is pandas, is in order to use statistical data, statistics data. And the other one is matplotlib, the one that we were checking the examples. This is to make graphs. So we need to import these two libraries. So if you press here in this button, nothing is going to happen. It's just importing this data. So there is no error, there is no mistakes, there are no warnings. So we can just do that, okay? Then we are going to copy this, but this code that Herman put here for you is for Quantopian, not for Google Colab, okay? So we are going to use it anyway. So you can add some code with this plus here. You can add more code, and then you can copy and paste what Herman did last time. Okay, copy and paste. So no, you can see that we can work today faster. Okay, and now if we press here, no, sorry, before to press, we have to read what he put here in comments with these numerals, these number symbol. You can put comments in Python, okay? So he put, if you're going to use Quantopian, you have to use local CSV, local CSV. But because we are working in Google Colab, then we need to change the command. It's not local CSV, it's pd.readcsv. So we need to change this local CSV. We need to change it by pd.readcsv. Okay, and then I hope it's going to run. Let me check. It's going to run. Yes. So this is our data. Is here. So I'm going to wait now until you get this data, because this is the data. Now we have the data here in Google Colab. So I'm going to wait for you until you have this data here like this. Did you get it?
I'm way behind, but I'm in
Yes.
Google Colab. I am uploading the Excel.
You're uploading the data here in the left.
Yes,
Okay, so we can wait.
I already have that. But
You already have this.
yes, that.
Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to the website, this one, Redesigning Experiences for the Future.wordpress.com. Okay, we are going to this website. The website of the class is in the chat. It's in the chat. The link is in the chat.
Oh,
When
okay.
you are here, we were talking about the assignments. We are talking about the assignments, all of this. But if you go to this class that is called Reading and Visualizing Data, you go here, then we have the data. We have already done this, don't worry about it. Now I'm going to this code, letter code here. Then you press here, then you get this code in Google Colab. So the first one is we are going to import the two libraries we need to use pandas to make a statistical analysis, calculations. And Matplotlib is in order to make graphs. So we need these two libraries. Then with this, I'm going to copy and paste this here in Google Colab. This first block, nothing happens. When you run, nothing happens because it's only importing these libraries here in Google Colab. And all this code that is here below, this one, this second block, all of these are comments. So this is not, Python is not reading this. This is just some notes that Herman left for us. So he says he's explaining here how to download data from Quanto. We are using Google Colab today. Then we have to change this command local CSV because local CSV is for Quantopian. So we need to change this local CSV. And he says here, if you are working with Colab, change it by pd.read.csv. So I change this, data is equal to pd.read.csv. And then I just press this, and then I got this data. I don't know if everybody got this data successfully, or you have some problems.
Successfully.
Successfully? Okay, thank you, Marlene.
I'm still not successful.
Peacefully.
Okay, thank you, Per. We can wait. No, don't worry. We can wait. Why I am so patient today? Because today is our last class. If you don't get this, then you are working, you have to work alone without us. So I need you to understand this today, because even if it's only 2 assignments you have to prepare, only 2, and in groups, it's important for you to understand, all of you, this today, okay? So what you have here, when we are waiting for the others to finish, what you have here is, we have data, and notice you have the code of the country. For example, I remember last class, this data was starting with Aruba. And now, because we have updated the data, they have included now Afghanistan. I don't know. I wasn't present the last lecture, but I think now they have introduced this new country that is Afghanistan in Asia. Okay, so they have here the data for Afghanistan day by day since December, January, February. And also there are some countries that they couldn't classify, for example, cruises in the sea, ships in the sea, they have COVID, but they cannot classify that like a country. And that's why this data is here for this kind of ships, boats that are in the ocean, and they cannot classify this like a country, and that's why they have this data not classified as a country here at the end. So this is presenting how many data we have in the file, day by day, 23,000 days in different countries. And we have how many cases of COVID have these countries in each day. Also new cases, total deaths. And because I minimize this window, I cannot
Professor,
check.
can you please go a little bit up?
Up. Yes. In Google Colab, yes. So what I did, I copied this, import pandas, all of this, and I put it here in the cell. I'm going to repeat it for you. So I'm going to delete this. Let me show you, because the Zoom controls are over this. Okay. Before, this looked like this. At the beginning, these were looking like this. When you open this, so you need to have the file here in the left, okay? You need to have the file here in the left. And then what I'm suggesting you to do is you go to this website, GitHub, and then you copy and paste. So you are going to copy import pandas as PD, control copy, and then you put it here, control V, and then you just press this, and nothing happened because you just importing the libraries. So don't worry, nothing happened. And then you are going to copy and paste all the second block here. You are going to copy it, but you need to open a new cell with plus code, and then you paste the other block here, and then you press this arrow here to run. And now it says that yes, I have a mistake. What's the mistakes? Can someone tell me what's the mistake
put
here?
pd.read something.
Exactly. You have to change this because this command is only for Quantopian. So you want to use it, the same command, but in Google Colab, you have to put pd.read CSV. And then you press here, and then you get the data. Okay. Okay, so we are going to start to do some changes, what you did with Herman, because Herman put all the class here. I'm not going to repeat the class of Herman again. No, no. Don't worry, I'm not going to do that. Extracting a column, you know how to do that. You just put the name of the variable inside data, and you just have this variable. I'm not going to do that, okay? You know how to do that. Extracting multiple columns, I don't need to do that. I want to make
Professor, I'm
plots
sorry
here.
if today I'm a little bit behind, but
Don't worry, the class is being recorded, so you can check the class after. So
okay, thank
it's
you.
important maybe you cannot make it in your computer, but it's important you look at the screen, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And then you can revise the video, and also because you are working in groups with your other classmates can help you, okay? So also you were selecting like two variables. So you put the name of the two variables separated by a comma. It's very simple. We are not going to do that because the assignment is about graphs. So the important thing are the graphs. This was very important what Herman was teaching to you, but he has already taught this. So I'm going just to the commands that are about plots.
Nee, je moet daar
Graphs.
spelen. Iemand gaat het openmaken, Micha.
Iemand maakt je microfoon uit.
Okay, yes. Okay, so extracting all columns with a condition. For example, I'm going to select only the information for Aruba. I don't want Afghanistan, I don't want Suriname, I don't want Colombia, I only want information for Aruba. So you have to do this 3 times. So you have to put here Suriname, for example. So we can repeat this for Suriname. Let's do it for Suriname. So we are going to copy, and now we are going to plus code and paste this code, but we are going to replace Aruba for Suriname because we are interested in Suriname, not in Aruba, okay? So we are going to put all the Arubas as Suriname. It's very easy. Actually, you don't have to put these names. I mean, this name is optional. You can put any name. For example, you want to put just Suriname without the data, that's fine. You want to put, I don't know, COVID Suriname, then you have to put here COVID Suriname, okay? You can put any name you want. This is just a name. This is not a command, it's a name. So you can put any name you want for your data. What is this doing? Because you are working with the COVID-19 data, what it's saying here is only take the data for these locations that are equal. Notice that is double equal because it's a logic. This is a logic command. If the data is equal to Suriname, then print this data. The same that we were doing here. If the data is equal to Aruba, then what he did, the computer is doing here, is only printing the information about Aruba, okay? So this is very important because one of the requirements of the assignment is that you work with data from Suriname. So we are going to put any name you want here, and the command is exactly the same like Aruba, but you change Aruba for Suriname, that's all. So you run this, then you get the data just for Suriname. Notice that you have here now, before you used to have 23,000 data, 23,000 rows, 23,000 dates. Now, because you only have the data for Suriname, you don't have 23, you have 87 rows. So you have 87 days. You have 87 days with the registration of how many cases of COVID you had since March 15 in Suriname to June 14, that's yesterday. So notice that this data is updated every day. This is yesterday. So you have come from 1 case in March to almost 200 cases now in the middle of June, okay? And we want to plot this data. We want to make a graph with this data. There are many options for you to choose with your group, because you have total cases or you have new cases. And you go to the right, you have more information to plot. You have total deaths, new deaths, total cases per million, new cases per million. Maybe if I open this, I can, yes, I have more information. Oh, well, the other ones are not available. So, well, this is all the information we have for Suriname. Probably here we have, what is this? Sorry. This is the population of Suriname. So you can compare with the population. I don't know what is this stringency index. Sorry, I don't know what this, what's this. Population density, how many people live per square kilometer in the whole country. Median age, 29 years old. What is the percentage of population that is older than 65 in Suriname? 7%. Older than 70, 4%. Etc., etc. You have all this information. Because this data here, after this not available data here, are all constant. It's not very useful to use it to plot because it's constant. So you cannot check anything with this data here in the front. So my suggestion for the assignment, you work with any of these 1, 2, 3, I don't know, with any of the, how many variables? With any of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 variables. I think no more. Yes, 8 variables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Any of these 8 variables you can use to make your plots with your group, okay? Because for Suriname, there are no more information, or the other information that is available are constant. So if it's constant, you cannot have any in the graph because it's constant. This is just to compare. For example, you have diabetes prevalence, female smokers. Very, very interesting to know what is the percentage of female smokers in the country. It's very small. I'm very surprised. It's very small. 7% of women smoke in Suriname. This is what this is saying here. And male that smoke, 43%. So, but notice that this is not changing day by day. So it's not very interesting to plot this day by day because it's the same number, it's constant. So my suggestion is you work these plots with any of these 8 first variable here. And then you can have your assignment. Very easy. And you have to repeat this for other 2 countries. Other 2 countries. Suriname, and you have to compare with other 2 countries. Okay, so we are going to make the plot plus code. So if you put attention today, probably you are going to have the assignment today, okay? So maybe you can do some small changes after, but you can have the assignment today, okay? So this is the idea. That's why I started with this in the presentation, okay? Oh, okay, we are not working with this. We are working with the Herman's code here, okay? So notice that the only thing that we did was to change Aruba for Suriname. That was all. Now we are going to produce this plot that Herman produced for Aruba last time, okay? So he made this plot for Aruba. Did you make this plot with Herman last time? All of you? Or you remember this plot?
Yes.
You make it, okay. So now we have to repeat this. So you just copy and paste here. I hope it works. Oh, this is not the one that I want to paste, sorry. And then what we are going to do, just change Aruba for Suriname. I don't know what's this, sorry. I want to delete this. You can delete code. If you want to delete this code, for example, just here with delete cell. In Quantopian is with some scissors. Here is with this bin here, okay? And now I'm going to change all the ones that say Aruba for Suriname, that's all. So I want, well, you can choose any variable. For example, here he was plotting total deaths. You can put total cases, or you can put new cases, or new deaths, or you can put total deaths per million, or total cases per million. Okay, so you can have many options to put here. But because he was working with total deaths, we are going to work with total deaths as well. So you just change total deaths Suriname. Obviously, you have to change the location. It's not Aruba, it's Suriname. And notice that he's plotting two variables, the date and the total deaths. If you want to change the variable, then you can here just edit the name of the variable, and you can change the name of the variable, and you can make a different plot, okay? So there are many options you have to plot because you have like 8 variables to plot. Okay, total deaths Suriname. So it's going to be total deaths. All the things that say Aruba, you have to change for Suriname. And then you are going to make the plot of this data that you have here that is called total deaths Suriname. And then you are going to put a title. So the title is going to say COVID. You can put any title. You don't have to put the Herman's title. You can put total deaths in Suriname, any title you want. Total deaths in Suriname from March to June. Or you just can put COVID-19 Suriname, that's fine. So anything you want to put. And then you have here date, total deaths, that's fine. Also you can change it, you can put just deaths. Doesn't matter, it's how these labels in the axis are going to appear. The name of the labels in the axis are going to appear. This is for the X label, this is the horizontal label, so this is date, because this is day by day. And then here in the Y axis, in the vertical axis, you have dates, okay? Now you press this, and then you have your assignment. Well, part of your assignment, okay? So you have that between March to the beginning of April, there were 0 deaths. And then there was 1 death from April to June. And now recently, they just like 7 days ago, 1 week ago, then you went from 1 death to 2 deaths. And now you are in 3 deaths in Suriname from March to June. Okay? So you alone, I'm not going to help you, you alone are going to make the plot for Suriname, but we are not going to consider total deaths. You are going to consider total cases. Okay, so we are going to put plus code here. And then you are going to copy all of these, and you alone, without me, I'm not going to help you. You just paste here, and then you are going to change total deaths by total cases. And then you tell me when you finish to do total cases here. Do you understand what you have to do? And you tell me when you finish to do it. It's here down. It's the next plot. Sorry. I didn't notice that it's here. So you can also copy this and paste it here and change all the Arubas by Suriname. Or using the code before, you have already Suriname. So the things that you have to change is change all the dates by cases. So you can do any of the two. You can take this code for Suriname. This is total deaths. Paste it here and change deaths by cases. All deaths by cases. Or other possibilities, you take this one from Herman and paste it here, but then the thing that you have the variable is correct, but the country is not correct. You have to change Aruba for Suriname. And then you are going to have now a different plot. Is not the deaths, is how many people is infected in Suriname by COVID-19 at the moment, day by day, the history of this epidemic, okay? Of this epidemic, okay? The history of this epidemic since March to June. How many people is infected now? Okay, I'm going to wait for you to do it. I'm not going to do it. I said I'm not going to help you. So you have to make it alone. It's very easy. Of course, at the end, I'm going to finish doing it, but I want you to do it alone. Because if you can do this, then you can do the assignment very easy. So tell me when you finish to do it, and maybe you can share your screen with us. You have the plot made it, so we can check your plot. You can make it, okay? So tell me when you finish. Thank you.
I have it already.
Okay, so I'm going to let you share your screen. Thank you, Muli.
Okay, waiting. We're waiting for the others.
Yeah, but let me, oh, sorry. So let me, sorry. Now you can share your screen, Merlin.
Let's see.
So let us see the code.
Yeah.
So you can go a little bit up. Yes, thank you. Yeah, yes, just there. So total cases Suriname, data location Suriname, total cases, yes, total cases Suriname, set index, total cases Suriname plot, COVID-19. That's very fine. And now let us see the plot. Were you aware of this situation in Suriname? How quickly it's moving now?
Yes.
The last time it's going fast.
Yes, because look, it was very flat and very in the bottom,
Yeah.
and now it's moving so quickly.
Yes.
So scary.
Everybody is
scary.
afraid of
Yes, I can see why. Also in Colombia, here is worse because here you only have 200 cases. In Colombia now is like,
Okay.
We can check Colombia in a minute. We can check Colombia, but I think it's 10 times Suriname. So
the population of Suriname is not so.
and Brazil is worse than Colombia.
The
And Brazil,
population of Suriname, I think if we were living in Colombia, everybody was already out on it.
yeah.
Professor, I can stop sharing.
Sorry?
I can stop sharing.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Total cases.
How of the others? Could you make the same plot that Merlin did? We can make it anyway. I'm going to show you how to make it, but it's very simple. I'm going to share my screen again. So all the things that you have to change is you have to change all the dates from the last code. I don't know, maybe Merlin did it in a different way, but I'm going to change all the dates by cases. Oh, sorry, this is not. I'm going to change all the dates but cases. So, for example, the variable now is not total dates. The variable now is total cases. So all the dates we are going to replace by cases. So all the dates by cases. Total dates. So it's not total dates. Now it's total cases. Even the title, you have to change it by total cases. And also in the Y label, we don't have to put dates. We have to put cases. because it's people that are infected, but it's not deaths, okay? So now, let me check if I got, oh, I have problems. Look, well, we can check where what the problem is. Total death cases is not defined. Yes, I didn't change the plot. Yes, I didn't change the plot, so I have to put death by cases. Because otherwise, again, total cases is not defined. Yes, it's total cases Suriname. I replaced wrong. Suriname. So now I have the plot. The same plot that Merlin got is this one. Notice this is total cases, this is total deaths. So you can only have 3 deaths, but the scary thing is that you now have 200 cases, okay? I promised to you that I was going to show you how bad is the problem now in Colombia. So plus code. So it's just copy all this code and if Colombia is bad, Brazil is worst. And Brazil is a neighbor country both for Suriname and for Colombia as well. So we can plot very quickly Colombia here. The location is now Colombia. This is cases, this is not deaths. But there is a big difference, and the big difference is Colombia is 50 million people in total, whereas Suriname is 500,000 people in total. So this is the case for Colombia. And at the moment we have 50,000 cases. 50,000 cases. So nothing to compare with 200 cases in Suriname. Okay? Okay. Also, you can do this for 3 countries and you can compare different things. You can compare total cases, you can compare total deaths, you can compare anything you want. Okay? Probably one thing that we should compare, and we can make it in just one graph. And I have the code here. Sorry, I'm not going to repeat this because I put here in the presentation, I made the graphs for Guyana, okay, but we are not going to do it. You know how to do it already. It's just to change the name of the country, but you can make it, for example, for your assignment. We have total deaths of Suriname, total deaths of Brazil. And this one is for, this one. In just one plot, if I use this code, the problem what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put all the, let me check, sorry. There is another one. Yes, this one. I'm going to use this one. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to produce a new code, a new cell. Let me put this in 2 windows so you can check both in the left and in the right. So I'm going to copy exactly this code from here. Exactly this code from here. The one for Colombia. But now, instead of comparing just one country, I'm going to put 3 countries in just one plot. The 3 countries in just one plot. Okay? It's very easy. But instead of comparing total cases, I'm going to compare cases per million. Okay? So this is a relative number according to the population of the country. And I'm going to, for example, like here I compare Brazil, Guyana, and Suriname. I'm going to make the 3. Brazil, Guyana, and Suriname. Brazil. No, sorry. Let me do first total cases, sorry. Because I know what it's going to produce because I have already tried it. So I'm going to compare Brazil. Brazil, total cases, Brazil. Brazil, I think, is the 2nd country in the world with cases of COVID, if I'm not wrong. Brazil, so I'm going to put here, yes, total cases in Brazil. I don't know if it's from March to June. I'm going to delete this because this was for Suriname. I'm going to put total cases in Brazil. But notice that immediately after the log equal to 0, I'm going to start a second one. Okay? Immediately after this, I'm going to start a second one here below. And I'm going to change this for Guyana. So I'm going to put here Guyana. Let me see if this is right. Yes, total cases, yes, everything is right. And this one, then I'm going to put here Guyana. Now you know how to do it. Very simple. Total cases Guyana and total cases in Guyana. Okay. And also, not happy with that, I'm going to copy all of this for the third country because remember the assignment is 3 countries. And the third one is going to be obviously Suriname because Suriname is compulsory to be in the analysis, okay? So you can put Suriname, date, total cases Suriname, total cases Suriname, and sorry, this is quite boring, but we are going to get the plot very soon. Total cases in Suriname. Okay, now I'm going to run all of this. Look at that, it looks like a very complex code, but it's not very complex. It's just 3 times the same code. I'm going to plot this. I hope there are no mistakes. And then I have here the situation in Brazil that is now 800,000 cases. Guyana, that is a little bit less than Suriname because Guyana is 160, whereas Suriname is at the moment 200. So at the moment, it seems that in Guyana, the things are better, but maybe not. Why? Because if you check the population of Guyana, the population of Guyana is 575,000, whereas the population of Suriname, I don't know if this is right. I think it's the contrary. I don't remember, let me check. Maybe I'm wrong here. Not to put here Google. Suriname population. Ah, yes, this is wrong. Population in Suriname is 500. This is wrong. The population in Suriname is 575. Sorry, in the slides is wrong. I put here wrong. And Guyana is the opposite. Guyana is 700,000, and Suriname is 500,000. So you go back to, sorry, I don't know what is there. It's here. So if you say, yes, Suriname has more cases, but you also think that Suriname has less population than Guyana, then the situation in Suriname is even more critical now than Guyana, because another plot that you can make is the same plot, but not by total cases, by total cases per million. So you put here total cases per million. There is a variable that is called, sorry, total cases per million. So that's the name, total cases per million. So you have to change this by total cases per million. That's the name in the database. Total cases per million. But I'm going to put here, just here total CPM, cases per million. So I'm going to change all of these cases, CPM, maybe, but I can do. So I don't delete this, I don't delete these plots, sorry. I can make a new cell, so I can compare the two plots. Sorry, because then this one is cases, and all of this is right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all this code in a new cell, and then I'm going to change all the cases, but cases per million, the total cases per million, and then all of these CPMs. I know it's boring, but be patient, because then you're going to save time for your assignment. Then you have to change these total cases per million, total CPM, cases CPM. I don't know if you can change it quicker, but okay. Maybe, I don't know. I never tried. No. Total cases per million, CPM. Then I have to put here per million, total CPM Guyana, total CPM, total cases per million in Guyana. CPM. Suriname is the last one. So we are almost going to finish. Per million, total CPM, total CPM, and cases per million. Oh, you can also change the y-axis, cases per million, and cases per million, and that's all. Hope there is no mistakes anywhere. Suriname, Guyana, per million. The more important things are these per millions and the name of the countries. So I think everything is fine. Now I run. Guyana. There is a problem. None of the data are in the columns. Guyana. Yes, I know what's the problem. The problem is that I didn't change the CPM here. It will run, okay? So let's check this, because, okay, it seems that Suriname is worse than Guyana, because Suriname is at the moment 200 people and Guyana is 160 cases at the moment. And when you compare total cases per million in Suriname, it's even worse, because Suriname has less population than Guyana. Obviously, the situation is not in compare like Brazil, because whereas Guyana and Suriname, you have 200 cases per million, 300 cases per million. Brazil has 4,000 cases per million. So now it's divided by the total population. And even if you divide by the total population, Brazil is a very extreme case. It's 4,000 people per million in Brazil. Okay, so these are just ideas that what you can make with this data. Okay, you can make more comparison. You can change the countries, you can change the variables, and you can make this second assignment very easy. Okay. Okay. So now, because you have the idea what to do for the second assignment, this is for the second assignment. This is all you have to plot. You compare the COVID-19 situation. This is what we are asking in This is what we are asking in the website. Oh, where is? Here. This is what we are asking in the website. Sorry. You check at the I think Herman deleted something because he used to say all of this data, do it for Suriname. It was some note here that say repeat this analysis for Suriname or something like that. So it's just you repeat this analysis for Suriname and 2 other countries, and that's all. Okay. And also, if you go to the first, page in the website, then forget about this. You are going to choose just one, Collab or Quantopian. You don't have to do both. If you want to do both, that's fine, but you don't have to. And you produce one plot with the districts of Suriname and the other one with this data of COVID that you already have with Herman in the last class. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to share with you, it was an example with temperatures. So this is the last thing to finish the class today. I hope we can finish it today, okay? If not, you can try by your own in your house with this data about temperatures. With this data about temperatures, you can also have some ideas what you could do with this data of Suriname and the districts of Suriname with COVID-19 and the districts of Suriname. More ideas that you can have to do. But in order to work with this data, here, Herman put, sorry. Now do the same for Suriname. Okay, so the same that he did in the last class with total cases. Notice that today we did a different one that was total cases per million. And also we tried with Guyana, we tried with Brazil, we tried with Colombia. So it's exactly the same thing. And notice that it's not very difficult to do it. And the assignment is very easy for you to do with groups, okay? Okay, the other thing that we were going to do today, the last thing that we are going to do today is to work with this data about temperatures. These are temperatures in Australia. I'm going to copy the file for you where I got the file, control copy. So I'm going to put it here in the chat. So you can download the data. It's very similar to what we have done now. So this is the data, okay? So you can go to this website. I'm going to open it. And then you have this data. Look, it's taking us directly to the data. So you press here with your right button in the mouse. You say, save as. Then you have to decide where you are going to save this. I put the name. It's automatically saving it like daily minimum temperatures, daily mean temperatures. So you press save in any folder you are going to remember. You press save. In my case, because I have already saved it, so you want to replace it? Yes. I'm going to wait until everybody have this data. You have it, or everybody?
Can you please repeat how you save this file?
How do you see this file? Okay. In the chat, I put the link. It's something in GitHub.
Yes.
So if you press over the link in the chat, then you have this.
Yes.
You open this window.
Yes.
Then with the right button in your mouse, it says save as.
Okay.
Sorry, that it's in Spanish here, but this means with the right button of your mouse, you get this menu here. And one of the options are save as. Save as. if you press save as, then you get this window to save it. And then you press save.
Yes.
This is save. Because I already have it, I got this message. If you don't have it, no problem. You save it now. So you have it. And then it's going to appear here in the bottom. Okay? You don't have to open it. You just if you want to look up this in Excel, you can open it. But you don't have to open it. You just go to Google Colab. Sorry, this is the, I'm going to this. And if you go to Google Colab, this one. Remember, when you want to work with Excel data, you have to save it here in the left. So the same thing, you have to go here to upload. You have to look at daily mean temperature, all this part. So you have to press here, you say open, and then daily mean temperatures.csv appears here on the left. And then I can start to work with this data. So I'm going to wait until everybody have daily mean temperatures here in the left. Any questions to have here this? Like this?
No, it's clear.
Professor,
Yes.
I think I missed something.
Okay,
How you got
why?
the data from the temperature?
Okay, the temperature
No.
is in the chat. In the chat is the link. If you go to the chat, I put the link where you can get the data. Okay, if you press over the link, then you get this window, date and temperature. There are temperatures, daily temperatures from 1981. I don't know how long. This is in Australia. These are temperatures in Australia. Okay. So if you press with the right button of your mouse, then you get this menu. And if you say save as, then you can save it anywhere you want. You can put it in documents, you can put it in images, you can put it in...
Professor, where you get the data from?
It's in the chat. In the chat of Zoom, I put the link. Also, it's in the presentation. It's this one, raw, youtube-user-content.com, J. Brownlee, datasets, master daily mean temperatures. Yes?
Okay, I check.
Can you look at it?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, it's in the presentation. If you don't want to use the chat, in the presentation, I put it, it's here in slide 133. Here at the top is the website. Then you save this, and then you have to open it in Google Colab. But remember, in Google Colab, I don't know what is the window of Google Colab. Ah, it's here. I'm going to close these windows because I'm getting confused now. Here in Google Colab, you have to go to this file here in the left. Then you say upload, and then you press here, open this abrir in Spanish is open. And then when you have daily mean temperatures.csv here in the left, then you can start to make plots with this, okay? Okay, now it's not going to be as easier than before that we were just copying and pasting because, well, unless you have this presentation, I shared with you this presentation in PDF, so you have the presentation in PDF. I shared it also here in the chat. I think the presentation was the first thing that but then you have to be patient, and then you have to go to slide 133. There are so many slides in this presentation. And then, well, I'm going to split up this in two windows so you can see both. I'm going to close this in the left. Question, everybody have the temperature file in the left?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so now we are going to forget about the COVID-19 situation. We are going to do a new analysis. So plus code. So we are going to open a new cell with plus code. Okay, notice that it's very similar to what we did before. So from pandas, we are going to import some things. If you cannot just copy and paste, for example, I cannot make it, then you have to write all of this, okay? So I'm going to write it. So from pandas, now maybe I can copy and paste just one line because I don't want to spend too much time. No, I cannot make it, okay. So from pandas, I'm going to import one command that is called read CSV in order to read the file. Enter. And then from matplotlib, I'm going to import.
Professor, I cannot see what you're writing. Your screen is.
You're not looking at my screen.
Yes, I'm looking at your screen, but I cannot see it because you have put both on a screen side by side.
Okay, I have side by side. You cannot look here in the bottom, in the left?
No, I cannot see it.
Oh, why? Let me see, how can I solve that? Oh, okay.
Maybe you can minimize
Maybe
the other screen where the link is the presentation. Maybe you can minimize that.
okay, I'm going to minimize this. Sorry. Okay. And now, is better now? You can see here in the bottom or
Not
not
yet.
yet? Oh, it's because of the arrow. So
Yeah.
now?
No.
No? I just wrote from pandas import read CSV. From matplotlib import. Can you look at that or no?
No, I cannot see it. Can anybody else see it?
Yeah. Yes.
It's the
Very
same
strange.
file you downloaded. It is the same file he set in before from the PDF. So if
Hij
you
moet
look
nog
at
een
the
beetje
PDF, it's the
opschuiven.
same thing.
Hij moest nog een beetje opschuiven zodat we alles kunnen zien. Maar ik zie alleen das import read CSV. Ja, en maar alles zien we niet.
Maar Sher, heb je die PDF niet gedownload die hij eerder had gestuurd? Want daar is het gewoon op bladzijde 133 wat hij gaat schrijven.
Ja, maar je kan het niet copy-pasten. Je kan het niet copy-pasten. En mijn internet is een beetje traag. Daarom.
Oké, want dat is precies diezelfde tekst gaat hij schrijven.
Je kan het wel copy-pasten, maar jij moet je spatie zelf zetten. Want ik heb het wel copy-paste gedaan. Maar je moet je spatie, from spatie, panda spatie enzovoort.
Het hangt vanaf welke PDF-vorm, PDF-reader je hebt. Ik heb ook gewoon kunnen kopiëren en plakken. Maar het hangt van welke PDF-versie je hebt.
Oké.
Ik ga het even proberen.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the others can look now at the two windows, yes? Yes, can you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So from pandas, import read CSV. We need this in order to read the file, okay? Because we have the file here in the left, but it's not inside here to make the analysis. And now we are going to import from matplotlib this command that is called pyplot, okay? Okay, now remember, we are going to download the data, and in order to download the data, we are going to use read CSV. Read CSV is for Google Colab because for Quantopian is local CSV. So it's different. And also, in order to read this data, we have to check here in the left, what's the name? So if you say here copy path, then this is the path that you are going to put here inside the brackets. So it's all of this, is content or with the COVID data CSV in order that you don't have to type all of this. You just go here to the file, and here with the three points, these 3 points here in the right, you press the 3 points and it says copy path. So you press copy path, and then here between the brackets, the empty brackets, oh, close this. Here between the empty brackets, you say Control V, then you have the path of the file. Okay? Remember, this name has to be between these quotas. Otherwise, it's not going to work. You have to put these two quotas between the path. Okay? Single quotas. Single. No double, single. In Python, you work with simple quotas. Okay? And then, for example, I'm going to say print just the first observations. That's called series.head. Like that. So this is going to print only the first observations. It's not going to print all the file because the file is very long. So if you press this and everything is correct, then you get this data. It says 5 rows multiplied by 33 columns. So that means only printed the first 5 observations. Oh my God, this is not what I want. Oh, sorry. I don't want the data from OIT. I don't want this, sorry. I copied the wrong one. It's the temperatures one. The temperatures one, copy path. I don't want this. This is the data from COVID. I don't want the data from COVID. I want the data from temperatures. So this is one. Content daily main temperature CSV. So if I print this, oh, now I have just the date and the temperature. Everybody got that? Is everybody here? Should I wait? Do you have mistakes?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay. Where are you now? You have the file here in the left? Daily mean temperatures here in the left?
Yes, I already have that.
Okay, that's fine. So now we have to write this. Okay, so just to remember, from pandas, import, read, CSV. This is the command to read.
Okay, I have the column.
You have this?
Yes.
You got this, yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I also.
You also got it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we have this notice series.head, this command head is going to print the first 5 observations. So because we have data from 1981, we have January 1st, January 2nd, January 3rd, January 4th, January 5th, and this is the average, the minimum temperature that day. This is the minimum temperature that day. Remember, this data is from Australia. They have seasons, but it's the contrary that in the northeast part of the world. So it's in the southern hemisphere. So they have winter is in June, July, and the summer is in December. Well, this actually doesn't look like summer, but okay. I don't know. Okay. Now we are going to plot this data. We are going to plot this data, but in a different way that we have done it so far. Okay. So I'm going to add some code. I'm going to repeat all of this from the beginning, all of this without the print series head. I'm going to repeat the 3 first lines. I'm going to do just copy and paste. Okay. And I'm going to add some things here between these brackets. I'm going to add some things. First thing that I'm going to say is that we have the name of the variables. So that means header is equal to 0. That means the name of the variables is in the first line. And remember in Python, sorry, I don't know how to get it. Oh, yeah. Remember in Python, the first line is 0. Okay, so header is equal to 0. It starts with 0. It doesn't start with 1 in Python. The first record, the first register is with 0, not with 1. Also, I'm going to say that I need an index for the columns. So is equal to 0. Sorry. Index call is equal to 0. Maybe we can try just this. Just write this, and you can. Sorry. I'm going to ask you just to plot this with header equal to 0, no more. And then I'm going to make a plot. So the way to make the plot is I'm going to use this command that is called series.plot. Forget about this in the right. So just put series.plot and put just 2 brackets empty, two empty brackets, okay? and then pipe plot show, and 2 empty brackets. Sorry, 2 empty brackets. And then let me check if this is going to run or not. I don't know if it is going to run. I hope it's run. Yes. So this is the plot of all the temperatures day by day since 1981. I don't know how many years you have here, but you have 300, you have like 3,600 data of temperatures. So you have like 10 years, day by day, the temperature day by day for 10 years since 1981 to 1991. Yes. Okay, but we can improve this graph because if you look here in the x-axis, you don't have the date. You have just numbers, 0 to 300 to 3,600. You would like to have here the dates here in the x-axis. That's why we are going to add things here after header equal to 0. The first one, we are going to include the command index call equal to 0. And then we press the arrow. And now notice that has the dates here. With this index call, you can produce the dates here in the x-axis. But also these dates looks very bad because they are like overposed one of the other, so you cannot see anything here in the x-axis. So in order to change that, we are going to make this command that is called parse dates true. Parse dates true. Yeah, parse dates equal to true. And then if you press the arrow, you can notice the change in the plot. Now you have just the years, and now you can understand better the plot. You can notice that in the middle of the year, because all of this is in 1982. This is 1982. Yes, and you can notice that this is January, February, March. This is the middle of the year. This is winter. And at the end of the year is summer. That's why the temperatures go higher. And here in the middle of the year go low. So you can see the same pattern year by year because in Australia, they have seasons, yes? So they have this winter, summer, winter, summer, winter, summer, winter, summer. 10 times because you have 10 years here. And these are the temperatures, okay? Okay, if you want to change this also, you can leave it like that. We can leave this plot like that. But also, we could change, because these lines are like, you cannot see too much in these lines. So maybe you can change the style of the plot, and you can put this style that the name is K. So you can put K on a dot. And if you run this, then you have a different way to make the same plot. Did you get the two plots? Did you get the two plots?
No, because you were too fast,
Okay.
Professor.
Yes, I was too fast. Yes. I'm going to repeat it. Okay. Okay. So this is the first one. The first one was this.
I cannot see anything. I only see the screen of.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, so you can play with this. What we were doing before, we played with these things here. So at the beginning, you can put just this like that. Oh, sorry. Like that.
I cannot
and you can run it.
beginning.
Sorry?
I cannot see the beginning.
But I'm sharing the screen. I don't know why. Maybe, I don't know. I think the others are looking at this, yes? Nobody's looking at this?
Yes, I'm looking.
Ah, Yes. Yes, I don't know. Anyway, Julian is recording, but I don't know why you cannot check, you cannot see it because everybody's looking at this. Sorry about that. Okay, so this was the first one. Then we put header equal to 0. This is not going to change too much, to be honest. This header equal to 0 is not going to change too much. This is just because the first observation is not plotted. So this is in order to start with the first observation here. So it's just the initial value. So it's not going to change the plot.
Dat hij die andere scherm van hem niet te zien kan. Heb ik alleen dat probleem?
Jij alleen, ja.
Ik zie beide.
Waarop werk je, Cher? Op een mobiel?
Nee, op mijn laptop. Ik zie die andere, maar voor een kwart.
We zien beide. Heb je een gedeelde scherm? Staat het
Ja.
2? Dan is het beeld uit op het andere gedeelte gegaan. Trek je window meer naar links.
Nu pas schuift hij er een beetje op, hoor.
Okay, how are you doing? Did you get this plot like
Nu
this?
pas, no, nu.
Okay, I'm waiting for you. No, don't worry. Anyway, because we only have 1 minute now to finish the class, don't worry, everything is in the slides and you already have the slides now. What was the idea of this last bit? That you can produce different plots, not just the ones that we have. If you produce the same that we produce with Herman, that's fine. But remember, you have to include 3 countries. And the idea is that you can compare the 3 countries about some of the 8 variables that you have available to do the plot. So you can choose any of the 8 variables and compare the 3 countries according to these variables. Yes.
For the both assignment, we will work in 2 groups, right?
Yes, for both assignments, you are working in 2 groups, yes.
Okay, okay.
So other thing that you have to decide tonight or tomorrow at the first time is what group are you going to, how are you going to make the 2 groups, okay?
We have our groups already.
Ah, you have the groups already, okay, that's very good. Okay. Then I suggest you work, if you ask me, I suggest to work with Google Colab because you can share here with this button here, share. You can share with the other, so you don't have to meet together in the same house. Now that we have these quarantines in all the countries, it's better that you can also organize a Zoom meeting or something like that to work with the group. But also you can in Google Colab to share here with this button. You just send the link for everybody and everybody can make changes in the plots. So it's up to you. For me, it's easier Google Colab, but if you want to work with Quantopian, that's fine. You work with Quantopian as well. Herman is more fan of Quantopian. I am more fan of Google Colab. So you can choose any of the 2. You don't have to do it in both. Before at the beginning, we were planning to make all the assignments in both, but now no. You don't have to do it in both. You just choose one. As far as you get the plot, that's fine. Also, don't just make the plots. Try to make some interpretations. So maybe you can put the plots in, I don't know, in some file and you can put some ideas of conclusions, explaining what is happening or how different is one country to the other. So you can compare. Also with the plot of the districts of Suriname, you can take some conclusions like, I don't know, you know more Suriname than me. So you can conclude this district is more populated, or whereas this district it has more area, but it doesn't have so many population. Something like that. You can make conclusions about that. Okay? Again, if you have any questions, you can always contact us, Herman or me. You can copy to both of us the message, and then Herman probably is available faster than me, or I can be faster than Herman. So it's better that you copy to both of us So you can help you. We can help you with the assignments. And I think I'm going to talk to Herman tonight because he wasn't on the class today. I'm going to ask Herman, what is the deadline for these 2 assignments? But I think 1 week or 2 weeks maximum is fine, okay? I don't know how much work do you have for other assignments, for other classes, but I think 2 weeks is fine. Don't you agree? Yes. I don't know. Up to you. Say something like for the 3rd of July, something like that. Do you think it's enough time to do it? For the 3rd of July?
I think we need to check with
Rosario?
You have to talk to Daniela, okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
to check if the other terms are starting, the other module are starting.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to ask Herman tonight, and then we talk to Daniela, and then Daniela and Julian will decide what's the day. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to finish here because the other things that I was going to show you very quickly, you can try all of these things that are in the slides that we didn't try, but the other things that I was going to show you was this type of graph. Let me show you here in the whole screen. This one, for example. This is called, what is called a histogram. So, sorry. This is a histogram. A histogram is when you put the frequencies of several temperatures. So you say, for example, these are cold weather and this is warm weather. This is cold and this is warm, hot weather, cold weather, hot weather. And you can see that it's like symmetric because you have seasons, then you have almost the same periods when it's cold and the same periods when it's warm in Australia. So it's like a symmetric distribution. But also you can compare, for example, temperatures according to the year. This is by year, I think. Yes, this frequency is by year. So you have, because you have 10 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, then you can plot. And this is like the minimum and the maximum. And notice that there are some, how do you say that? Some outliers. I don't know if you understand what outlier means. It's like an unusual observations, like a very high temperatures that are unusual here, and very low temperatures, unusual low temperatures here. So these temperatures are outside of these lines here. That means that they are very unusual temperatures. So you can see that there are some maximum temperatures here in 1981, 1982, very low temperatures here in, this must be 1984, 1986, 1987. Yes. So you can plot the value of the temperatures by year, but you can also do the same analysis. I didn't put the graph here, but this is the code. The temperatures by month. So you can compare how is the temperature in the Januaries, how is the temperature in the Februaries, how is the temperature in the Decembers. I don't think you can do this with the COVID analysis because we have very few months. We only have, for some countries, we only have March, April, and June. So only 3 months. Well, you can do it, but you only have three of these boxes if you want to try this plot. But this is optional. You don't have to do this plot in the assignment. I mean, because we even didn't have time to look at this. But you have all the codes in case you want to replicate this plot. And this plot was made with the temperature file. So you have the temperature file, you have the code, you can produce this plot in your house by your own. But it's not compulsory to do it, just for you to learn how to do it. And maybe you can use this plot with the data of the COVID, or you can use this plot for the districts of Suriname. But I don't think it's possible with the district of Suriname because you need, for example, if you want to plot, for example, you can do it with the districts of Suriname if you have the information of cities inside the districts. So if you have many cities inside the districts, then you can make this. But then this Wikipedia file doesn't work for this plot in the case of the districts, because you need not only the information of the total information for the district, you also need information by cities inside the districts. And if you plot all the cities inside the districts, then you can get this plot. So just some ideas. You want to try different things, but you don't have to make it this way. You can choose any of all the plots that we learn in this course. You can use it, and then only 2 assignments: the districts of Suriname and the COVID-19. Okay, any more questions? Because I'm leaving soon.
No,
Okay.
Okay.
it's very clear to me.
No,
Okay, thank you
Professor.
very much. And all the assignments, the 2 assignments, in groups, 4 people in each group. Okay.
It will be on Canvas.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to leave now.
Professor, will it be on Canvas?
Sorry?
File the website is already in Canvas. It just has to change.
But I'm talking about the assignment.
Ah, yes, you have to upload the assignment in Canvas.
Yes.
Okay, so
The presentation of the temperature can it also can it also be put in Canvas?
yes, both of the assignments in Canvas. Yes, I think it's better.
I
If you
am
put
missing
all the assignments in Canvas. Yes.
the presentation of temperature.
Yes, sorry, the temperature.
The presentation
The presentation of today.
Yes.
I have already shared it with you in the website of the course, but I can share it also here in the. Let me share it here in the chat.
They want the assignment, I think, Professor, because the website is already in Canvas. But they want the assignment.
Also the presentation,
the explanation in the assignment. I will load the Zoom meetings, yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you,
Recording,
Julian.
I will put in Canvas.
Okay. I have, because okay. I will share it. Yes, I will share it after because I close it. Okay.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you very much, and
Thank you.
see you later. Okay. Bye.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye-bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Yes.
Thank you.
Merlin, check ang telephone na.
Yeah, doei.